Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments and all your questions Manchester United related. I know my mic is off. Let me just change the setting. Bear with me, people. 1 second. 1 second. There we go. I should be better now with the mic. I just switched up the setting. But yeah, we're back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments and questions Manchester United related in the chat. Let's bump up the likes, people. Let's bump up the likes as soon as you land. Make sure you share this across all of the socials as well. That's just as important. And subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. It is rolled to 6K. Only looking for 4 new subscribers. We're at 5,211. Only looking for 4 new subscribers, people. Only 4 more. Apologies on the lateness. That's on me as well. Apologies on the lateness. And my mic is still playing up. Give me 1 second. Actually, let me just introduce the guests beforehand. So welcome into the building. Someone you've seen on the channel before. Someone we've seen on the channel on a regular basis on watch-alongs, Manchester United watch-alongs, on Q&As, on NBA watch-alongs, on other Premier League watch-alongs, plus more. He's the epitome of Manchester United fans outside of the UK. You know what I'm saying? Who fully bleed this club. My light Murtaza is in the building. What are you telling me, fam? You good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How we doing? How we doing, man?
I'm good. I'm literally gonna jump out and jump back in just to change my mic. Give me 1 second, yeah? Bless up.
Yeah. 100,
I'll let you
100.
talk to the
Chat. How we doing, man? How big up to Star Lord, Daredevil, Dennis, man. Everyone in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Hopefully y'all are doing well, man. But yeah. Make sure to get your questions in. This is a United show, so make sure your questions are United related, and we'll make sure to answer all of them, and hopefully preview the game that we got coming up against Leeds midweek and in the weekend.
Yeah, man. My mic better now. What you saying?
It's the same.
What is it? What does it sound crackly?
It just sounds like you're underwater, kind of. You're different.
Is it? Let me know in the chat, people, about my mic. Let me know. Let me know.
It's good, but it's not the same one you have in
Is it
general.
not? Oh, 1 second. I'll just turn
Yeah.
up the volume now. What's it saying now? Mic check. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for now. I mean, it's just not the same one. Like
Is it not the same? Let
you
me
don't
move the
sound the
echo.
same.
What's this like now? No, I've moved the echo. I've removed that. Does that change it? Yeah. Is that still
Not
the
really.
same?
It's good enough though. I'm just saying it's not the same like it usually is. But yeah, we could go ahead with the thing.
All right, cool. Let me know in the chat anyway, you lot. Let me know in the chat. But let's bump up the likes anyway. Let's bump up the likes, you lot, expeditiously. As you can see from the title, chance to go second in the Premier League with 2 wins versus Leeds for Manchester United. So if we manage to beat Leeds tomorrow and we beat Leeds on the Sunday, because Manchester United play on the Sunday the game, but the early kickoff before Manchester City play Aston Villa, United could be in second place. And depending on the Arsenal Brentford result, it could be. Is it like 2? Is it 2 points we could be off them with a couple games in hand? Let me actually check the table. Let me actually check. 1 second. I'm gonna have a look right
So
now.
so so with
Actually,
our both wins, we would be
yeah.
within 2 points of them.
Okay. With 2, would it be 2 games in hand at that point, or 1 game in hand?
Yes.
Arsenal would have
Yes.
2 games.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having a look here at the table because I believe we played. Is it 21? Yeah, they've played 20 matches. We've played 21 matches. So yeah, it would be at that point. No, it'd be 1 game because we would have then played 22. Nah, it'd be 2 because then we would have played 22. Then they played 21, and then we would have played 23. So yeah, they
Yeah.
would have 2 games in hand at that point. But it would be 2 games in hand, like you said. But we could be, say they lost to Brentford, which is unlikely. But if they lost to Brentford, we'd be 3 points off them.
Mhm.
So it'd be interesting. It would be. But yeah, large up the chat every single time. Everyone's saying it sounds good to them, so that's all good. Then that's all
Yep.
good. Dennis says, "Big up flawless due to the Ten Hags saying Anthony is out for the Leeds game tomorrow. Would you start Bruno in the right, then Sancho in the 10?" We'll get to you. Yeah, you know what? I'll let you answer that first, Murtaza. What are you saying? With Anthony out, would you start Bruno on the right or Sancho in the 10, or vice versa? Would you have Bruno in the 10 and Sancho on the right?
I would rather, because to keep continuity, I would rather have Sancho in the 10. Leeds have a kind of a PNP midfield where They're very energetic and they press
Mhm.
you, and they got a lot of legs in there. So it's really important to have good ball retention in the middle of the park and press resistant players. Bruno is not press resistant nor does he retain the ball really well. Out wide, he
True.
can do his thing. So I think that would be a better fit for us this game, especially.
Okay,
Sancho on the
first.
10, Bruno on the right. Yes, I agree.
Then it's because I don't know how Leeds play. I still expect us really to go there. They're going to be bang up for it. Is it the type of game you want to play Sancho in the 10, or do I go with Bruno's energy in the middle of the park? Probably Bruno's energy in the middle of the park. And even though I've said I don't really want to see Sancho out wide because of our squad options being thin, I don't think there's another option. What's the other option? You play Garnacho out there, who's a left winger, so you're playing him out of position. Palestra's a kid. There's nobody else. There is nobody else. So I have to go with what's it called? I have to go with Sancho out there, unfortunately, even though I do want to see him play more in the 10. And before we continue, we're not even in double figure likes. Let's do this, man. We're one shot. You lot, let's pattern this up. Let's get up to 20 likes, actually. Let's do so. Let's get up to 20 likes. And again, apologies on the lateness of this show. That's on me. But let's get up to 20 likes, regardless, you lot. Mod Squad do the business. Let's go, people. And subscriber check as well. We're still 4 short. We're only looking for 4 new subscribers. So let's share this across the socials. Let's get this up and running properly. Starlord says big up everyone. Big up to Starlord. Daredevil says big up Flawless and everyone else. Love from the USA. Leeds won't be easy, but I'm confident we can win those games. Daredevil also says Sabitzer to come in for Casemiro, so a double pivot of Fred and Sabitzer. What do you think, my friend? What do you think of that, Murtaza? That is going to be Sabitzer and Fred.
I think that is the most likely option. Although I don't
It's
know,
the only
man.
option.
Ten Hag is a bit of a madman. He might just play freaking Kobe Minu because he's just quote unquote only six we have left in our squad since Sabitzer and
Mm.
Fred both like the license to go forward more. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he does. So if he trusts Kobe Minu enough, I think he'll start him. But if he does not, I think he will go with the Fred and Sabitzer and have one of them sit deeper and then the other one just goes. So it'll be interesting to see though what they do with that.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see. I'm presuming it will be Sabitzer and Fred. That's what I'm guessing. I think that will be the two. That senior, I don't see him throwing a youngster into a game like this. Even though it's at home, I still don't see him throwing a youngster into a game like this where
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Maino's not even played there for us in the senior team. I can fully see it being Sabitzer and Fred. They're the only two senior central midfielders Manchester United have. So I think it's a no-brainer that Ten Hag will play those two there, unless he goes with Lindelof. There is other options. You have Lindelof,
Yeah,
and you
that's
also
true.
have Martinez. But I don't see him wanting to break up the Martinez Varane partnership because
Yep.
it is performing to a high level. So yeah, I think it's going to be Sabitzer and Fred. I think so. Big up to Manj as well every single time. Starlord says, myself personally, I'd rather Bruno in the pivot and Sancho in the 10 and Rashford and Garnacho switching flanks. That's the last thing I want to see is Bruno in the pivot. The last thing I want to see is Bruno Fernandes in a pivot. No, he's not a 6. No, I barely want to see him in the 10. So I want to see him. You can see Mertaz's face there. I'd rather him be on the bench, but that's just me, like going forward. But I don't want to see him in the pivot. Next to who? He will leave whoever that is so isolated, whether that's Fred, whether that's Sabitzer. Like, no. I'm against this. Taza, thoughts on this? Because I've seen your face.
Yeah, I'm not with it, man. Bruno in the 10. Yeah, no, drop me out. I will not be there no matter what.
Nah, I said Bruno in the pivot, fam. Bruno in the
Oh
pivot.
yeah, in the pivot. Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, just yeah. Sorry, not for me.
Yeah, Taza's not with it. He's really not with it. Big up Rajat. Big up. He says Bruno played box to box for his last club. Just because he played box to box for his last club doesn't mean I'm a fan of it. I don't like Bruno's attributes in that role. I'm not with seeing Bruno play box to box. I want Bruno on the ball as high up the pitch as possible. I don't want Bruno on the ball in our defensive third. I don't even want him on the ball too much in our middle third. I was saying, like, I'd rather him be on the ball in the final third, and then he can do what he does best. Because I'm not a fan of Bruno. Like, yes, he played, but that's a terrible idea. Bruno next to who? Sabitzer? Is that what we're saying? Bruno next to a Sabitzer or a Fred? No. Just play Sabitzer and Fred and just keep it calm like that. That's what I'm expecting. Big up to Jez in the cut as well, who says big up. What would you go with, though, Taza? Would you go Sabitzer, Fred? Would you throw in Kobe Mano? Would you move it around and play Lindelof in there? Would you go Martinez in there? What would you do?
I would not.
Never mind, Casemiro's missing for 2 games. But
I would not play Sabitzer and Fred. Yeah, I mean, okay, Leeds, they just got their manager sacked for their reason. They're not good. We are one of the best teams in the Premier League.
Facts.
Right? So I don't think like playing I would play either Kobe Manu or Victor Lindelof in CDM, because what it's most likely going to be is Sancho at wide right, Weghorst and Rashford as a front three, Bruno in the 10.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot have a midfield of Bruno, Fred, and freaking Sabitzer, because everyone wants to go forward. Our midfield is going to get ran through. Mm-hmm. We need a sitter in that midfield, and also a player that can retain possession. I don't know if you remember the FA Cup game that we had, where Kobe Manu, Fred, and McTominay played. Manu was the deepest one. He was spraying passes from deep. He was retaining the ball. He was dropping between the center backs.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously he's not to the level of everyone else because he's just a kid, but he has that attribute, a sitter. I would rather have a body there than no one. You know what I'm saying? Because naturally, Fred, Sabitzer, and Bruno would want to go forward. So I don't think that is the best balance, because although they're not the most ready players and blah blah blah, but the balance is key. And I would even rather have a Lindelof there instead of a Bruno, Sabitzer, Fred midfield. So yeah, I would love to play like either Manu, Sabitzer, Bruno, or like a Manu, Fred, Bruno midfield, or a Victor Lindelof sub with Manu. You know what I'm saying? So one of those combinations.
Lindelof, I'm with. If that happens, Martinez not so much. I don't want to see Kobe Mano in there, and that's not because I don't rate Kobe Mano. I've not seen enough of him to say so. And to throw him into a game like that where he's only played in the FA Cup match with Fred and a player making his full debut, I think is unfair to him. I think it's very unfair. How good he is, I don't know. But I think that's unfair, and I don't see Ten Hag doing it. That's why, even though I understand your point about having no sitting six, this is our squad's like. Like, I'd rather see Sabitzer and Fred than Lindelof and Fred, or Lindelof and Sabitzer. I don't particularly want to see, even though Lindelof would sit and screen, I'm not trying to see Lindelof in midfield. That's just me. I would go Sabitzer and Fred. You know why? Because I believe that's them. Because I wouldn't want to play Lindelof or Kobe Mano away at Ellen Road. So therefore, let's get them let's get them accustomed to playing next to each other. And you're going to be playing the same opposition in 3-4 days. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In 4 days, you're going to be playing the same opposition. That's how I look at it. Yeah, go on.
If it's Fred and Sabitzer, I would play Sancho in the 10. I can't have Sancho. I can have Bruno, Fred, and Sabitzer in the midfield.
I hope I'm cool with that.
I don't think that works.
I'm cool with that.
Maybe you know what I'm saying. Upset shit doesn't work, and Ten Hag has made it work. Like, you know, the Rashford sub the other day, when, you know, putting them up top. But yeah, man, I just don't see it personally.
I'm cool with that. If he wants to play Sancho in the 10 at home, it's a bit too unfair. You know what? That's the midfield I would actually go with. You know what I'm saying? That's the midfield I would personally go with. But you lot, before we continue, these likes is way low. I know I was late on today, but we're only at 14 likes, and it's just under 30 of you lot locked in. Like check 1212. Let's get up to 20 likes. What is going on? Hit that like button and subscribe as well. We're still short in the subscriber department as well, people. Let's bump up the subscribers. No new subscribers yet. We're only looking for 4 more during the stream. Only 4 more during the stream. And JB, drop your app. Drop me your Instagram app, or DM me on Insta, or get up under my last post, comment. Let me know. But yeah, we're looking for 4 new subscribers. We're also looking to add to the mod squad as well. But yeah, man, likes is way too low, man. Let's get up to 20. Let's get up to 20 likes. Slow off the mark today, people. Let's pattern up. Let's pattern up. and continue to get your questions in as well. Emma says, Ten Hag is not going to risk Mano against Leeds like he took off Garnacho because we were down to 10 men. So he's definitely not playing him against the team. We don't know how we are going to play. I agree. That's why I wouldn't play Kobe Mano. I'd go in the home game. I'd go Fred, Sabitzer, Sancho. That's just me. And then I would see how that worked out. And then that would then be in my mind in regards to how we approach the game at Ellen Road 4 days later. But that's just me. Starlord says Lindelof in midfield, no thanks to Bruno, would do a better job than him. And Martinez would too. Yeah, I believe Martinez would do. I think him and Bruno I don't like either of them, particularly in there. But Martinez and Fred in the 6, cool. Let's go. He says Fred over Lindelof all day, says Starlord. He's not a fan. I'm not with this Bruno thing, though. I'm not with this Bruno thing whatsoever in the pivot. Sabitzer has played everywhere on the pitch. I'm sure he can do a job at DM. Throw him in there. We got no choice. We have no choice. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Like I say, while we wait for more questions to get in as well, Tazo, I go to you on this, obviously, to the title of the video. Let's say, hypothetically, we do beat Leeds twice. What are you then thinking? Let's say we beat Leeds twice in an ideal world, Arsenal draw to Brentford. How are you looking at United in a title race? And I say title race in quotation marks, people.
I mean, we are in and around it. I mean, even now we think Manchester City is going to go on and win the league, right? And we are only one game behind them in terms of points. They've played the same games as us, and they're only 3 points ahead. And we have a favorable run of fixtures.
Yeah.
Arsenal and Man City still have to play each other twice.
Facts.
So, see, that's the thing. Like, we've already had our troubles. You know, already went through our tough challenges. Arsenal maybe get hit with their challenges now. With they got a defeat against Sean Dyche. Now let's see how they can respond to that. You know what I'm saying? Because Partey really hasn't been on form for the last 2-3 games, because against United he wasn't good. Against Everton he wasn't good. So it'll be interesting to see. And going off of that, I mean, I'm like, I'm not, we're gonna win the quad. I'm saying that jokingly, but realistically, I have the same thoughts as you. If it's with 10 games to go, and we are within, I would even say 5 points of Arsenal. I think we are in one, because it would just be stupid to. I don't think we possibly can win it, because they have more points on the board and more games in hand. But we are definitely in one. But I'll say this though. If we're at a point where we have the points on the board, but they have games in hand, the points on the board are what really matter. And
of course,
what people really, that's the real advantage. People think games in hand is advantage, but it's really not. So it's gonna be a sticky one. And if Ten Hag can be in a title race and possibly win it in his first ever season with all the shit that he's gone through, build him a statue, man. Build him a statue already. I'm not even playing.
No, I hear you, and we'll talk about that hypothetically. Before we do, we've gone over 20 likes. Let's get up to 30 likes, people. Let's get up to 30 likes. We're moving slow on the like check today. Like I said, I know I was late, people, but damn, let's move up on them likes. Let's go. We're at 22. We're 8 short. Hit the subscriber button if you are new as well, because I know everybody here is not subscribed. In regards to what you said, yeah, if I keep how I look at this whole title race talk is, I'm Manchester United mathematically currently in a title race. Yes. Do I believe we're genuine in the title race? No, because I don't believe we can win it. I don't believe we're equipped. Look at how short, and I keep saying this, and how slim and thin our squad is in terms of quality and quantity. It's not there. Like Anthony's wide right. Anthony's injured. Now it's like, who plays out wide right? That's then an issue. We have 2 fit senior central midfielders available, obviously, because Casemiro suspended. There's no Casemiro, there's no Eriksen, there's no McTominay because he's injured. So all of a sudden, we're down to the bare bones already with a Fred and Sabitzer, who's new. And we're here talking about, should Kobe Mino play, or should we take our backup centre back and play in DM? And yes, these issues arise for pretty much every club during the season, but we don't have quality to go and fill in these positions. That's the problem. And that's why I don't think we will win the league. And that's why I'm just taking it a game at a time, and I'm looking at it and saying, okay, if we're there, if there's 5 games to go and we're 5 points off the top, of course I'm going to be gassed up. But it's deja vu. I had this conversation, and we all had this conversation here before we played Crystal Palace and Arsenal. And people were talking like the Crystal Palace and Arsenal games were foregone conclusions. Like we're gonna beat Palace and we're gonna take points off Arsenal. And then the title race after those 2 results shut up. And now because of the recent results, now all of a sudden it's back. It's back to that. Like it's not a light switch. And that's how I look at it. Do I believe we're in a title race that we can win? No, mathematically are we in one? Yes. But if that's the case, mathematically, so are Newcastle. From a mathematical standpoint, but no one's talking about Newcastle winning a league title. But we'll see. We will see what happens. Then it says questions to Flawless and Mertaza. Mertaza and Flawless, what is your prediction versus Leeds? Yeah, what's your prediction for the first Leeds game? The one tomorrow.
If we put a DM, either Manu or Lindelof, I'll go with a 3-0.
Okay.
If we do not, I'll say 3-1.
Say that again. Read that again.
So if it's a Fred Sabitzer pivot, I'll say 3-1. If it's only one of them, I'll say 3-0.
First. I'm interested to see how they set up. Obviously, they got their interim, their assistant manager who's taken over because Jesse March has been sacked. So I'm interested to see how they line up. But I'm confident going into every game, in particular at Old Trafford. Very, very confident. So I'm expecting Manchester United to win this game 2-0. I'm saying 2-0, I would say. That's what I would go with. And we're only at 26 likes, man. 4 more. Get us up to 30 likes, you lot. Get us up to 30 likes. There's just under 40 of you lot locked in. Share it across the socials as well. Let's get more people in here to grow the channel and obviously get the stream out to more people as well. And hit the subscribe button because I know everyone here is not subscribed. So let's get up to 40. Let's get up to 30 likes. We're 4 short. They're 2 short now, 28. Let's do so, people, and subscribe if you are new. JB says, this can't be true. From L'Equipe in France, Manchester United, Liverpool, and Bayern Munich are interested in Frankfurt striker Kolo Muani. Frankfurt executives have set a €100 million price tag. Jesus, €100 million.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then it says, another question to Flawless. Are you guys just focused on getting 3rd or 2nd and all of this unrealistic title talk? Me personally, when it comes to the Premier League, I'm just focused on Manchester. Momentum is key in football. So I'm just focused on Manchester United, keeping up the momentum, keeping up good form, players becoming even more accustomed to Ten Hag style, Ten Hag improving. So I'm not looking at 3rd or 2nd. I'm looking at, let's just continue to win games. Let's continue to make Old Trafford a fortress. 13 games in a row now that we've won at Old Trafford. Love that, because too many times teams will come into Old Trafford and winning. And just in general, we've won, 22 matches in our last 25? And form isn't something that you can switch on and off like a light switch. So I'm all for the way Manchester United are playing and the current form we're in. And if we continue to win games like this, we will be 3rd or 2nd, which would be a good achievement. But my focus is more so in terms of trophies, the cups. I've said this. Carabao Cup, we got the final this month. FA Cup, 1st of March at home to West Ham. Europa League this month, and people have spoken about throwing that away. And I'm like, no, I'm not with that. Because you get the same prize for winning the Europa League as you do finishing top 4, but then you get a trophy with it. What's your response to this, Tazo?
I think trophies is more important than if the difference between 3rd, 2nd, and 4th is me getting a trophy, I'm not doing it. Unless it's 1st, I don't care if I finish 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. As long as I'm in the top 4, and I get an extra trophy out that because I already think we're going to win the Carabao Cup. Either if that's an FA Cup or a Europa League, I'm taking that instead of, a higher place finish. I think that's more important because trophies actually count for something. That's silverware. That's really important. Getting these players accustomed to playing in cup finals, scoring in deep, cup runs, whether that is Europe or domestic. That is really important because that's how you make winners. And at Manchester United, I know since Sir Alex, we've been, going away from that, but we are winners. Mm-hmm. Every year, the goal is to win every single trophy. And if we do not win, trophies, it's a failure because that's the standards that we're at. So, that's where I'm at with that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you there. I do. Let's see what you lot continue to saying as well. Starlord says if we're 5 off with 5 games left, that's a huge win anyway, in my opinion. Absolutely, because then, like Taza was saying, the players get them accustomed to being in cup competitions, which I've spoken on as well. They're now also not accustomed, but they've been involved in a title race. And that's what you want these players to. You want them battle tested. Very similar to like a boxer or a UFC fighter. You want them to be in championship fights. You want them to be in championship fights against high caliber oppositions where one mistake can end it all. You know what I'm saying? Or one victory can catapult you to heights you never thought you would go, and can catapult you to championships or titles, depending on which sport you are talking about. Smile says we could end this week second or out of the top 4. Just take it one game at a time, guys. That's what I'm with. That's what I'm with. Smile. I'm just taking it one game at a time. Jez is saying, right, it's the true price tag. All right, Mazda says crazy considering they only signed him on a free last summer. That is mad. 100 million euros. Exactly flawless. If Spurs win versus Leicester City on Saturday, they are 3 points off City. They are in a title race. People don't think in the long run. Yeah, people get too gassed up. That's what it is. Sim says solid top 4 and a trophy is a great first season. Remember last year, the worst Manchester United team in Premier League history, and that's what people are forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
People are looking at how far we can go, and not how far we've came along. And I'm still remembering where we was at the end of the season. I'm still remembering what Ten Hag inherited. Bear in mind, Ten Hag inherited a team with no Martinez, with no Malacia, with no Casemiro, with no Eriksen, with no Anthony, with Ronaldo here still, with a lot of the big earners leaving. Pogba left, Matic left, Juan Mata left, Cavani left. Like, people forget these things, like how bad our team was. With Lindelof and Maguire as our starting centre-back partnership. Dalot wasn't in the form he was in. Shaw wasn't in this form he was in. McTominay and Fred was our starting pivot, and we was like there. Bruno wasn't playing as well as he is playing now. Who was playing right wing for us last season? Who was it? Was it Lingard? Nah, because Lingard barely played. Who was it? I don't even know. Taza, who was it? Who was playing right wing for us last season?
Right wing, number 11.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Greenwood. Yeah. So then the whole Greenwood, he's not around. Rashford was in horrendous form. He had the worst season of his life last season. Martial was injury prone, or still injury prone and injured. So people forget what Ten Hag inherited. And because he's managed to turn it around and he's cooking up gourmet meals, but you don't have gourmet ingredients. And yeah, man, I'm saying Alanga, that's testament to how well he's done. So again, if we and look at how I was talking at the start of the season on this very show, I was saying 5th or 6th Carabao Cup, I'll be over the moon. Now I'm talking 2nd or 3rd and 2 or 3 trophies. That's how much Ten Hag span it around. That I've gone from 5th or 6th in a Carabao Cup to 2nd or 3rd and multiple trophies. I genuinely believe we can win a treble.
And possibly a title race. The fact that we're even talking about one is insanity. Like, it shows how far we've come.
Absolutely.
And people are saying we should have gone fucking that scrub in Chelsea come to this guy. We should have gone Antonio Conte, who's, let's not even talk about him.
I ain't gonna lie, I was that desperate. I want Conte at that point. We're going.
No. I'm just saying in the summer. They're saying they should go for Conte. They should go for Pochettino. The brother's still out of a job. Over this guy.
You spin? They got it right.
Remember?
By hook or by crook, they got it right. Yeah, go on, fam. Go on.
Remember, I told you, you were like, if you could have any manager in the world, would you swap him for Ten Hag? We did it a long time ago. I was like, no. He's like, even if you give me Pep, I won't swap him because I trust my manager. I want to see where this is going. I told you that in like October.
You did say that. Yeah. To your credit, you did say that. I will. I'll give you your full credit. And yo, we're one short of 30 likes, man. Let's get up to 30 likes, you lot. What is going on? Let's get up to 30 likes and subscribe if you're new as well. We're still 3 short. We're only looking for 3 new subscribers, man. There's over 30 of you lot locked in. I know there's 3 of you lot who haven't hit the subscribe button as well. And don't worry, we'll be back on Thursday with this show at 4:30. Like, the lateness is on me. Daredevil says, my prediction is a 3-1 win. Leeds will be tricky, but I'm confident with us at home. Come on, you Red Devils. Absolutely. Jez says, by the way, they're reporting that Osimhen is valued at 134 million euros for the summer floods. Thoughts on Osimhen, Tyler? Talk to us. Let's say that's hypothetically true. Would you want us to sign Osimhen? Is it price dependent? What are you saying? A man still here. Go on, carry on.
I would love Victor Osimhen. I think he is a phenomenal talent. I think like he is and can be an elite goal scorer. The price tag is a bit hefty, but that's just the market nowadays. Like that's just how much people are going for. You have Enzo, who has had 6 good months at Benfica, and he went for 130. So, and you know how much I love Enzo, but that's still a crazy valuation. Osimhen, to his credit, has been, doing it for a couple of years now. His injury record is a bit concerning, but he hasn't had a major injury like that, apart from fracturing his cheekbone, which he wears the mask for. He is one of the most elite strikers in the world this season. He he is, and he has pace, power. He can't link the play up really well, but he has a decent hold up play because of how like his frame, because he is like tall, strong, all that. You know what I'm saying? So I think Osimhen would be a great signing. He's also a pressing machine. He'll press the life out of people, and that is something we lack with our striker because Martial is not the best presser. So is Weghorst, and Osimhen is Weghorst size, but like athletic as fuck. This dude is electric. Like I would love a Victor Osimhen.
With Victor Osimhen, having not watched him a lot, and I'm hopefully Napoli get through their game, their Champions League tie, because I believe they basically I want to watch the other tie the day they play on. But I'm interested in watching Osimhen and the winger, Claradonna, as he's been nicknamed. So yes, with Osimhen, I say all the time, not watched a lot of him, but I do like his profile. That is one thing I do like. So I'm like, okay, let's see how good he is, because there can be a lot of hype, because a lot of people talking about Osimhen don't really watch Serie A like that. So I take what most people say with a pinch of salt. But 134 million euros, I think is too much, but that is just me though. I've said this. I don't want to spend 80, 90 million, 100 million on any player not called Kylian Mbappe. I don't think any player in the market's worth it. That's just me.
I don't see any of these players. Now. That's just an unfortunate thing. Like it's just the going rate. Like we fucked it up.
Yeah, go on.
We fucked it up with Anthony because we took it so late in the window that we literally registered it on deadline day, paying 95 million for him. As much as I love Anthony, I'm his biggest fan, but he's not a 95 million player. Then Chelsea go and fuck it up. They get Mudryk for 100 million, who's played less than 40 professional games. Then what's his face? Then they get Enzo for 130 million. So it's just a very skewed market. Like it's crazy. So if someone's like, oh, if they're getting him for that much, I'm holding on to this guy because I know I can get the money for him, because teams will be desperate for a striker and for the talent and player that he is.
I hear that. Here's the thing with that though, what I always say to that is then go and scout and locate players at a cheaper value who can do the job. This is where our scouting, this is where our recruitment team, this is where Ten Hag and everybody involved in signing players for Manchester United need to go and do their business. Need to do their business. Let's go locate strikers, because we need more than, not only do we need more than one striker, we need more than one player. So we can't be splashing 90, 100, 110, 120 million on one player when we need minimum 2 strikers. We need another 10. We need 2 midfielders. We could need 2 centre backs. We could need a backup right back with all the players. Let's say there's been reports Maguire, Lindelof, and McTominay are all leaving. Like that's what reports came out in January. That's 2 centre backs and a midfielder. A midfield area we're already short, and then that's 2 centre backs. So that's 3 players already. If Donny leaves, that's 4. Striking department, they're saying Martial could leave. So let's say Martial does leave, that's then 3. We're talking 7 players. Like and we know that we haven't got a lot of money. Yes, if we get taken over, all well and good, but who knows if we're gonna get taken over or not?
I mean, that's a whole different conversation. The thing is, we would only get Osimhen if we were taken over. We do not have money to spend at the moment.
But,
so even if this whole spending is contingent on a takeover. If we don't get taken over, we're not signing anyone in the summer. We're only our budget for the summer is whatever players we could sell. That's it.
Yep.
So it is based on a takeover, and the reports are that the formal offers for the takeover are official and due this week. So we'll get more news on that as it comes. And a takeover is not like a transfer that you get new news every day. This is a long and slow process, but the Glazers are hoping to sell before the end of before the end of next season and before the end of summer. Excuse me. So this is all based on takeover. If we don't have a takeover, we're not signing anyone. So ain't no point talking about it. But this is assuming we have a takeover. If we have a takeover, Osimhen will not be if we buy Osimhen, will not be the only one we buy. And if we are taking over, we're Manchester United. We can afford to spend every single penny that we have because we're a big club. We could spend 300, 400 million in the summer window. Why not? Chelsea can do it, and Chelsea are half the size of us.
That's fair.
We're the big dogs. Like that's just is what it is. We spent 220 in the stingy Glazer era. You don't think we could spend 350, 400?
Oh yeah, definitely we can.
And I hear your point that we're going scout someone, blah blah blah. Why not get the big dogs? We are the big dogs. The best players in the world play for Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
So bring me the best players in the world. I'm with that. Might as well, man. Might as well. If the manager likes him, and the manager is reportedly a big fan of him, bring him in. That's even a bigger license to bring him in. Because you've seen what the managers can do with some of these scrubs. Imagine what he can do with someone that he likes. That is his profile.
Yeah.
Because you see the striker that we've been linked to. It was a 6'7" Stuttgart striker.
Who was the striker? Who was it?
I don't remember his name.
Okay.
I just know he was 6'7" and from Stuttgart. It was Benjamin Sesko, who was a 6'5".
Oh, Sesko. Yeah, I know about Sesko.
No, that was a different striker.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I think Judge knows the Stuttgart striker I was talking about. It was like 6'7" or something. He worked with Haller before. It was like really tall.
Okay.
We got Wout Weghorst, 6'6". Osimhen's like 6'4", 6'5". He likes
Osimhen that tall?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that tall. I did not know he was that tall.
He's 6'2". He's 6'2".
6'2". I did not know he was that tall.
Yes.
Didn't know. You learn something new every day.
And he has a big frame. He has like a really wide wingspan, everything. You know what I'm saying? So he likes these bigger strikers.
First.
And with Harry Kane, I don't know what's going to go on with him. I'm with Kane before anyone, by the way. But since we're talking about Osimhen, I think it's fair to mention him because he is that guy.
Fairs. And you lot, still over 30 of you lot locked in. Let's get up to 40 likes. Let's get up to 40 likes. We're 7 short. Let's get up to 40 likes and let's hit that subscriber mark as well. We're only looking for 3 new subscribers. I know everybody who is locked in right now is not hit the subscribe button. A big up to everyone who be watching live and shout out to everyone who watches back after the lives as well. Sarcasm City TV, we live every day, people. Jed says, to be fair, nobody knew Ten Hag like that, so I get the people's perspective while they seeing the Contes and the Poches. Yeah, he has surprised everybody because I didn't know a lot about him, but I told you like this. I did like what he had done at Ajax, but I didn't expect him to have this type of impact this quickly. Like I keep stating, he has exceeded my expectation so much. I can't believe I'm sat here talking about, we can win a treble. If somebody would have told me that at the start of the season, I would have been like, what are you smoking? Like, genuinely, I look at and go, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and the Europa League are all winnable trophies. Again, let me repeat this, though. I don't think we win all 3. But the fact that I'm sat here stating I think we can is crazy. And that's props to Ten Hag. That's props to the team. Also, when I look at the opposition as well, I keep stating this. I don't rate the opposition in these competitions that highly like that. Like, Newcastle will be tough in the Carabao Cup final because they're a good side, especially defensively as well. But I think we can get past them. West Ham at home, I think we can get past them. And then when you look at who's gone out in the FA Cup already, Arsenal are out, Chelsea are out, Liverpool are out, Newcastle are out. So that's 4 of the tougher teams that we could possibly face. And then I would fancy us to beat City and I'd fancy us to beat Spurs, home or away, like 110%. So then that opens up that. Outside of playing Barcelona, I look at the Europa League in terms of who else is in the knockout round. or the playoff round, I should say, and even the teams that won their groups. Sociedad, Union Saint Gelo, and or whatever they call it, USG for Belgium, and teams like that, and Rennes, and there's no one there I fear. Respect, yes. Not saying Manchester United can't get beat if we have an off day, but there's no one I look at and fear. Sim says Leeds have only won 4 games, should be no problem beating them. The home game I'm not fussed about. It's the away game that's going to be tough. Bear in mind, they could potentially have a new manager at that point. That's the game I look at and go, that makes a tricky game even trickier. Like, I've seen this many a time. Like, as Manchester United, whether it's going to Ellen Road, whether it's going to Anfield, no matter the level and the quality and the skill of the team, the place is going to be rocking. I've seen some of the best Premier League sides ever in terms of Manchester United sides go and play some of the worst Liverpool sides and drop points. Go and look at it, people. Go look at some of the greatest Manchester United sides. We've gone to Anfield and drop points. We've probably gone to Leeds at some point and drop points, and look at the skill level. Like, Ellen Road is going to be rocking. They are going to be bang up for that. That is going to be no walk in the park, even though I think we'll win. But adding the incentive of a new manager as well, and depending on who they get. We see what happened with Sean Dyche at Everton when Arsenal went there and lost. We seen it earlier on the season. Somebody mentioned it. Was it Saeed who tweeted it? Somebody tweeted it. Us losing to Aston Villa. Emery, new manager bounce. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. I really don't. And Jez, I'm with this. I think there should always be a balance between buying big and buying smart. I think you should do both. I think if there's a player out there who's 80, 90 million and improves your first team and is like the final piece of the jigsaw, you go and get him and make a statement. And that makes a statement to everybody else, all your competition, and it also lifts the entire team. Like when Manchester United signed Van Persie from Arsenal, that type of thing. But you also have to go and buy smart as well as both. Emma says our academy actually does decent scouting, both in England and outside, it seems like. When you hear about who we're linked with, yes. But what I will say about that is whoever's signing off on it it's a problem. It's a problem. Because they seem to be saying no. So we need to sort that out and pattern up. We really do. I'm saying he's 6-1, fair enough. We deserve better says one of the reasons Ten Hag is successful is because we have no divas at the club. I don't think we had divas at the club previously, to be honest. I think it was more so the issues we had is them players were not good enough. I think it's just a quality issue. Them players could have been the most hardworking model professionals in life that we've ever seen. It's just a skill thing. We just weren't good enough. And the manager wasn't good enough as well. Dominic says, Barcelona does not scare me. I fear teams in the Premier League more than La Liga right now. La Liga teams currently are not the same quality anymore. Your thoughts on this, Taza? Obviously, we have Barcelona coming up twice this month. Next week, Thursday, and then the Thursday after. What are you saying? Taza?
Yo, sorry. Go ahead.
Cool. Barcelona, your thoughts? We got them coming up twice this month.
If you asked me this a month ago, I would have been like, yeah, we're smashing them. But they have been in good form recently, and they're top of La Liga. They're like 5 points clear of Real Madrid with the game in hand, and it is tough. So they don't have Ousmane Dembele, and their midfield is pretty good. They're saying that Sergio Busquets will miss their game against United, so I'm interested to see who they're going to play, because if they go with the Frankie, Gavi, and Pedri midfield, we're going to run through them. But if they have a Kessie in there, it's going to be interesting to see how that shapes up. But Xavi really doesn't play Kessie like that, so it's going to be real interesting, man. For now, like, I think that the Camp Nou game is really important, because we'll have to see how we do at that, because that's going to be almost like a decider for this tie, because we don't also have one of our best defenders in Leeds, so
yeah,
that's going to be a big miss, and we're going to have to play Luke Shaw left center back, because Ten Hag loves his left-footed left center back, so it's going to be probably. Hopefully, if Dalot is fit by then, Dalot or Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Luke Shaw, and Tyrell Malacia. And Although, they've been playing pretty well, that's not the best back line to have because, it's just, I don't know, gives me a little trouble. But our midfield will be good and our attack will be good. One thing is they'll have possession and they'll try to penetrate, but what Barca do a lot is they're a lot of sideways passing. They're kind of like City this season, and like unironically, they're kind of like Spain. They just have all the possession in the world, but they don't have any penetrating passes because they don't have like any creators like that. They're good ball retainers, so it's going to be interesting to see because if they lose out on the ball, we can hit them on the break really well. And that big pinch on Camp Nou, that's where players like Rashford can really, really. I really want Martial that game because the difference between Martial and Weghorst is Martial, if you play the ball up top, Weghorst, what he does is he plays it back to the midfielder. He holds the ball up, he plays it back, and then the midfielder sprays the ball over the top. What Martial does, Martial plays the ball around the corners. So that pass that, that's going to go to Rashford, Martial plays it himself. So it's even a quicker counter. What Weghorst does, he can't turn like that because obviously I don't blame him. He's 6'6", he's not that agile. That's something Martial gives you. So I hope that would be interesting. It's just the Camp Nou game, man. That's going to decide everything for me. After that, I'll give my real judgment.
Well, here's the thing. Well, Dennis, who's a Real Madrid fan, says flawless and Murtaza, Barcelona ain't all that as some people. They're saying they are. We have just been shit. And that's him as a Real Madrid fan saying that. And before I continue and I give my thoughts, over 50 of you lot locked in. Let's get up to 50 likes. We're 6 short, people. 6 short. So like, check. Let's bump that up. And we're 2 short of the subscriber mark as well. We're only looking for 2 new subscribers. There's over 50 of you lot. If you're entering the city of sarcasm, that is the toll. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's the only tax you pay. Then that's it. You're free to roam around the city. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule because it lets you know all the shows that are coming up. With Barcelona, I do agree with you in regards to the game at the new camp being so important. I've said this. As long as we don't get beat, we knock them out.
Yes.
If we make this a straight home tie with because there's no away goals, if it's 1-1, and let's say United don't play well and it's 1-1, I will be over the moon. Because I fancy our chances against anybody in Europe at Old Trafford in a one-off game. Anybody. I'm not saying we will definitely win. I'm just saying I'm confident in what I see. And I've said this before and I continue to say this. Stylistically, I love how we match up against Barcelona. Forget quality people. I'm talking styles make fights. Styles make football matches. And with the high line they play, tiki-taka, all that pace, all that spacing behind that they will leave. Rashford, I'm looking at. Martial, if he plays. Anthony. Bruno, third person runs. Fred, third person runs. Sabitzer, third person runs. I like our chances in this game. Garnacho, you can throw in that mix. Even Palestri, you can throw in the mix. Sancho with space to play in. I love our chances in terms of our attack is the weakest part of our team. But I think Barcelona set up perfectly for the attack we have. We're better without the ball. We're great in transition. Yes, we scored a great team goal against Palace on the weekend. Phenomenal team goal. But that's not often. But I just like the fact of that all that spacing behind that. The Nou Camp's a big pitch. Rashford running in behind with a Bruno or Sabitzer finding him. Or, well, Martinez is not there. But even a Luke Shaw, I'm saying, can pass through the lines. Even a Varane, Delo, if he's playing.
Bruno is really
like our chances. Bruno, perfect for Bruno. I'm expecting a big performance from Bruno in that game with all that space to hit. Whether he plays out wide right or he plays as a 10, I'm expecting Bruno to have impact on that game. I'm watching him closely, and we're going to get into Bruno in a second, actually, because people have been speaking on him, and we're going to speak further on him. He has to stand up. Shut me up. That's where I'm at with Bruno. People are like, oh, why do you criticize Bruno so heavy? Because he don't perform in the big games. He doesn't.
In the big
especially away from home. Especially away from home. When's the last big game away from home where you're like,
you mean in any single game?
No, I'll give him his credit. Like City at home, he did the job. He did his job. So I'm not going to be against him. He did the Park Ji-sung role. He did what he was supposed to do in that game. And I give him full credit for that. He was key in what we did against Manchester City, him playing wide. And I have no issue with him with that. But if you're my number 10, I need more than you just stopping the opposition from playing. I'm expecting a big shut me up. I'm expecting a big game from you. I think this is tailor-made for the way you play. Tailor-made. Hey, and big up Lewis with the raid as well, man. Large up to my Don Carefree Lewis G. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. That's how I'm looking at it. So as long as we don't get beat, I think we knock out Barcelona. And I'm very much looking forward to that game. I'm genuinely excited about watching those two matches. Because a lot of people have spoke like Barcelona and Barcelona revolt. Like they've got Ronaldinho, Messi, and Eto'o. That's the way people are talking about. Big up to MJ. I see you as well. Big up. Big up Nuno Bernandez for subbing. Much appreciated. Yeah, no stress, man. Everyone's been unblocked. Everybody has. Shaw as a centre-back. Are you with this? I'm with Shaw as a centre-back. What are you saying?
Yeah. Whether we're with it or not, Ten Hag is going to play it. He loves
Yeah, he's going to. Well, I'm asking like your opinion on it. Do you like it?
I think he's better as a left center back than he is at left back. I think if we keep him, I would keep him as a backup center back. I think we get 11 left back this summer.
All right, cool. And there's over 130 of you lot now locked in. Let's get up to, we're at 52 likes now. Let's get up to, we'll go 70 likes, you lot. Let's go 70. They're looking for 70 likes. Hit the like button as soon as you land. If you just joined over from the raid, hit the like button. Also subscribe as well. We have hit the subscriber milestone of 5,215. Salute to you lot. We're looking for 5 more. Only 5 more. We're looking to get to 5,220. I know out of 140 of you lot locked in right now, there's at least 5 of you lot who haven't subscribed. Hit and also continue to get your questions in as well. Keep them Manchester United related though. Get your questions in. Yeah, large up Lewis for the raid every single time. Big up Victor. Big up Santiago as well. Sim says Bruno needs to stop the flicks and back heels. Just pass the ball. Stop the nonsense. And with that, and to his credit, he's cut out of his game. He's been better this season. He has been better this season. But I'm still looking at him and going, deliver. Europa League playoff tie against Barcelona. What better way to show up your critics? Shut me. I want to be wrong about him. Because if he goes there and balls out and plays well and we win 3-0, guess what? I'll be over the moon. Like, right, I called that wrong. Even though I'm expecting a good performance from him, and I don't really have high expectations for Bruno. But I have high expectations for all our attack because of the way Barcelona play. I trust our defense. As well as Barcelona been playing, I trust that Dembele is injured, but Lewandowski is the big X factor. He's the problem. If Lewandowski's on 10, that could be a problem. But I trust Varane. I can't believe I'm saying this. I trust Shaw as a centre-back. I actually trust Luke Shaw in the back four. I trust Daloa Wan-Bissaka in this game, whichever one it is. I trust Malacia. I trust, obviously, Casemiro's Casemiro. If it's Sabitzer or Fred, next. That's the question. How would you like to see Ten Hag set up? Do you want him to go with the 2 in midfield and Bruno in the 10? Or would you like to see him go with Sabitzer, Fred, and Casemiro and play Bruno wide right? What would you like to see?
I think the latter. Because Barcelona, it's not the, Messi and Xavi Busquets, but the philosophy is the same. Keep the ball, tiki-taka, keep it going. We need legs around them in the field to press them, get them make mistakes so we can hit them on the counter. So it has to be Casemiro, Fred. I would instead of 4-2-3-1, I would play a 4-3-3, like Casemiro, Fred, and Sabitzer, to get as much energy around that, as many legs around that as possible, because that's the recipe for our win, in my opinion.
That's an eject. I like that. I do want to see us. I said this as well. I've said this previously. I want us to set up how we did against Manchester City in terms of the midfield. But instead of Eriksen, let it be Sabitzer. So I'd want Casemiro, Fred, and Sabitzer. And I wouldn't have a 10. I just played them all in the midfield. It wouldn't be 2 6s and a 10. It wouldn't be. Probably a 6 and 2 8s. And just let Fred and Sabitzer buzz around and let Casemiro just sweep and do his thing. That's what I like. And then I would play Bruno wide right. Because one thing Bruno can do is running behind. That is one thing Bruno can do very well. And he can also hit space as well. And I keep saying this. The Nou Camp's a big pitch. And I can see Rashford bagging a couple of goals. I can see him causing absolute havoc if we get the ball out to him.
Especially against the right back.
Who is that right back? Let me have a look.
They
Kunde?
play
Is that
Kunde,
Arojo he's called?
Araujo.
Yeah, Arojo.
Araujo plays as a center back, but yeah,
Yeah. Their last
they're
game
not
was
good
Kunde
enough.
at right back, but I like that. It was
Yeah.
Kunde, Arojo, and Christensen, Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba, Jordi Alba's still kicking about. That
Yeah,
was their last game against
Bruno's
Sevilla that they won
running
3-0.
behind Jordi Alba.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then imagine you have an Anthony or a Garnacho, you know what I'm saying, out there. Or even a Sancho. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at, yeah. It's been Kunde and then Arojo, Christensen, and Balde. That was the game before against Betis. And then Busquets, De Jong, Pedri, Gavi, Rafinha, Lewandowski. That was their team. That was in the game before last. But Fati came off the bench, Torres came off the bench, and so did Kessie as well. But yeah, I fancy our chances. I really do. And like Jess says, like and subscribe, people. Yes, like and subscribe. Big up to Sid. I see you. Sim says, pack the midfield and ball over the top for Rashford. Absolutely, yes. Akil says, no Busquets for the first leg. I hope they play De Jong, Pedri, and Gavi. We could outmuscle them with Casemiro and Sabitzer. True say. Taza did say that. He did. Big up Out of Context Sarcasm City in the building as well. Big up every single time. Make sure you check out the Twitter. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And like Jez says, like and subscribe, people, as well. And you lot continue to get your questions in. No Dembele for the United game as well. How do you look at that? Do you think that's a big bonus for Manchester United and a big blow for Barcelona that Dembele is not playing?
Because that is their best winger. Now they have Rafinha on the right wing, who I'm more than happy to play against because that guy's a scrub. And I said it. And I know you don't agree with me, but I hold my opinion. I don't think this guy's good. You put PNP on him, he's got it stopped. He just I don't think he's good whatsoever. He's just a cross spammer. He's just Bruno on the right wing with a Brazilian passport. That's what he is.
Bruno. I'm going.
And in the sense of he doesn't keep the ball well. He does the hero ball thing because he's at Leeds. He was a big fish at a small pond. Now he's a small fish at a big pond. So, and he's crap, man. I think Malacia would easily handle him.
I hope you're right.
Easy. It's gonna be, and that's how we're gonna win most of the balls. And that's the side Rashford is on as well. Win the ball back, boom, Rashford over the top.
I hope you're right.
Is a scrub.
I hope you are right in regards to Rafinha. I hope he's as bad because I rate Rafinha, even though he's not been in good form at Barcelona. I hope you're right. I hope he's as bad as you make out, and I hope that he gets locked up over 180 minutes. Because just said it there, man. Taz with Judgment Day. If the Raf is cooking,
man, whatever, man.
I hope Rafinha's not. I hope Taz is right. Say, I hope you're right, man. 100%. I hope you are right. Well, yeah, we gonna see 100%, and I want to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously Lewandowski is their biggest danger. Because Lewandowski. But Rafinha isn't a bad player, but I hope you're right. I hope Casemiro and Sabitzer would be important to disrupt the rhythm of the Barcelona midfield. Absolutely, Sid. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna be what because there will be watch-alongs for both those games, people.
Yeah, man. What's wrong with locking up that Ecuadorian, man?
I hope so. What's wrong with Anthony? He's out for tomorrow's game. I don't know what the injury is. I just know he's injured.
Yeah.
I don't know what the injury is. That's unfortunate. That is very much unfortunate. How many likes are you on? All right, we went over 70. Let's go 90 people. There's 100 of you lot. Let's go to 90 likes. Let's do so. Sim says, I remember Bayern beating Barca 7-0 over 2 legs. They countered and Barca couldn't cope with a fast attack. Absolutely. Sid says, I hope United destroy Barcelona. So do I. So what are you saying on that game? Do we go through in that tie? What are you saying, Tazo? Do we go through? Are you confident enough to say that? This guy not confident. Oh, the chest you normally have.
You know why?
Go on. Hit me.
Because it's just Licha, bro. Licha is so critical to us.
Yeah.
But you know what? With Dembele out and the fact that Luke Shaw is on that side, but there's also that Ecuadorian on that side. So I think we'll be okay.
Rafinha gonna
score. And on go, yeah.
No, he gonna score. Last time you was criticizing the guy, he went and scored the winner in the last minute. He gonna score. I'm telling you.
Just you wait, my friend. Just you wait.
This isn't Ketia all over again. That's what this is. I'm telling you right
And
now.
I mean, and Ketia has been decent this season for freaking
No, I'm
Arsenal.
not talking about his level. I'm talking about you.
No, I'm
You
just saying
cursing him out and then him scoring a winner.
and Ketia has been pretty good for Arsenal this season.
No,
I
he
just
has been.
wasn't with the hype, but Barcelona were trying to sell Rafinha in the January transfer window. So
I did hear this.
that should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, it's not wet out over there. Absolutely. Akil says but like I said, he's gonna bag now. You said all this, he gonna bag. I can see it already. Or he gonna have like a good performance. I'm saying, trust me, I'm with you. I want everything you're saying to be right. I want him to get locked up and him to have zero impact, because then that's less service into Lewandowski. I just know how this thing works. This is Nketiah all over again. Akil says, who will be your centre-back signing when we sell Maguire in the summer? I don't know, because we haven't even been linked to any centre-backs. So I'm not sure who we would go and sign.
Kim Min-jae, man. Kim Min-jae.
And then playing where? This guy, you playing FIFA and playing where?
Back up to Ferran.
You think he's leaving where he's at to come and sit on the bench?
We're gonna be in so many competitions. Does Varane play every game? Or does he
pretty much so, yeah.
every game?
Pretty much so, yeah. He started most games this season.
I'm talking in general. This season is an announced.
But that's him on the. I can only go off of this season where he seems to have
also
started
play
his injury.
Varane every game because our backup is trash.
I think we do. I think he would do that anyway. Plus, he's just retired from international football as well, so that's going to help him.
Yeah, so I think we could get Kim Min-jae. He's also not the best. He's not the best center back in Europe like that. Like he'll come to United. You think he's going to refuse United?
Yeah. I don't think. No, actually, I don't think we'll refuse him. I don't think we'll go in for him.
All right.
I think most players don't refuse Manchester United, but I don't think we go and approach Kim Min-jae. Why would he leave where he's at playing first team football to come sit on our bench? I don't see that happening. Where we're set.
United?
Yeah, I don't see him coming to want to sit on our bench personally.
All right.
Considering he's playing well, because who's the club? Napoli, that's it. Yeah, like Napoli are playing well. They're in the Champions League. They could win Serie A. They could get it to the last stages. They could add to their team. I don't get why he would come to Manchester United, and it's big money as well. Man is saying Bella Kotchap, Timber. Timber's actually a shout because we tried to sign Timber previously. I don't know if that's
Timber
for right back.
Coming to play as right back though. We can't have Timber and Martinez as our center back. They're like 5'10" and 5'9". We can't have that.
Yes. Timber are right back. Man, I say I like Bella Kotchap. That's a shout. I've only seen him a handful of times, and I don't know why he's not playing at Southampton. I don't know if he's injured. Someone let me know. But Bella Kotchap, I'm with. I've seen him a couple times, and I'm like,
you know who I wouldn't mind?
Go on. Who?
Adam Webster from Brighton. I think he is decent.
First?
I think he's actually decent. Like, I think we could get him for cheap as well. I like him.
I'm saying Botman. Yeah, Botman's another one. No, RJ,
they won't let.
Newcastle are going to sell him for cheap. And if you're spending 60, 70, 80 million, you're not doing that for a backup. Whereas a Bella Kotchap, a Timber wouldn't cost that much. They wouldn't cost that much. Emma says, I would like for Reece Bennett to get a chance. I know he's young, but he looked good and so calm and composed in that mid-season game where he was subbed on without any notice. I don't even know who Reece Bennett is.
He's an academy center back. He's not good, man.
Is he not good? You're normally always championing the academy players and that.
I only see only a few of them, and all of my boys have made it.
I just don't know.
Zidane Iqbal, Kobe Manu, they've made it. I'm not with this Reece Bennett thing, man.
You seen him? Let me see. Hey, you lot, let's bump up the likes. We're at 75. Let's get up to 90. Let's get up to 90 likes. Only looking for 50
by the
more.
Way,
yeah, go on.
Watch out for Shea Lassie. This guy is 15 years old playing in the under 18. He is smoking it. I'm telling you, this guy, he's next up. This kid is unreal.
Okay.
Unreal.
He's
15 playing in the under 18s and scoring almost every other week. He's a right winger, left footed. He can go inside out. He is so good, man.
Rogue says we should go for Vardio. This is another thing. We're not signing These players that you lot are mentioning, these centre backs, are all going to want to play first team football. We are settled there. We need squad players at centre back. We need good squad players and players who could potentially get better. Like I mentioned the Bella Kotchap. I mentioned the Joe Anderson. Players like that. Adam Webster. I'm not saying go and get all of these free. I'm just saying players of that mold. Like, this is not FIFA. You're not going to have top quality, top class / world class players on your bench. City are the exception to the rule. They're the exception. So yeah, Vardiol is not, and then play him where? Why upset when we have so well? Who? Vardiol.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I like Vardiol. I think he's a quality centre back, but
we have
decided where you gonna play him.
There.
Yeah, it's like where we gonna play him. Yeah,
left-sided, left-footed, left-sided centre back. I don't want to have two left-footers in the centre back pairing.
Like, if we have a left-footed centre back, he should be the back. I like Luke Shaw. I think we only need one centre back. I'd go and sign a left back. That's what I would do. I would go and sign a left back to compete with Malacia and then do that.
Guardiola can play left back, but he can't overlap like that. So I don't know how much I like that. I would rather have like a Teo Hernandez profile, like, bombing fullbacks.
And Emma says you're getting consistent game time if you're Varane's backup. He's already been rotated a lot. But I think if a big centre back isn't trying to, a quality centre back who's top class, world class is not trying to be rotated. Kim Min-jae trying to play all the time. You're trying to play. Like a Vardiol trying to play like week in, week out. That's just me. That's why I'm like, why go and get that when you can go get someone who's a less level?
Doesn't make sense.
As a left back. As a left back, yeah.
Where would he play? Inverted? Like, he's not going to overlap. I don't know.
We play inverted though. You seen where Wan-Bissaka and Malacia and Shaw and Dalot, the positions
we don't play just inverted. We also overlap our fullbacks.
Well, when he's playing, we'd have to play inverted. Well, he could invert and the fullback on the other side overlaps.
Yeah, true say.
Yeah. Jess says Murtaza should work for FM Sports Interactive, help find them wonder kids. I mentioned Shay Lassie, I have no idea who that is. Big up Surfer in the cut as well. Big up Surfer. This is Dan Byrne. No. I'm good. No. I'm good on that. If we're going to sign a left back, go get, I want no 6'6" left back. Shout out to Dan Byrne, but like, no. Give me some, I need some more. If we get a fullback, he's got to be PMP. I'm sorry. I'm looking pace and power. I'm on that. That's go get me an absolute athlete out there.
Teo Hernandez, man, I'm telling you.
You've been saying you've been playing too much FIFA, man. I'm saying.
Oh,
we just go get Teo Hernandez. Go get Mike Young.
I know what the thing is.
Go on.
It's just the Glazers, man. They've destroyed you. It's okay. I still have, there's some good left inside me. You're like Darth Vader. There is some good inside you, but you're so down that path. Like, there's very little of it. I'm like Luke Skywalker trying to bring you to the light side. It's okay, brother. You know what I'm saying? When we get these new owners, we could spend money like that.
Again, you talking, that's a big if. You know what I'm saying? That's a big when, sir, should I say. This guy, new owners. Like, you talking like, like, we got this money. The money's not here yet. The owners are not here yet. An official bid hasn't been made.
It is. Then what?
Yeah, once it gets here, we'll talk about it. 100%.
Overnight.
Once it gets here, we'll talk about it. You've been talking about this like it's a done deal. Like, I have to add the realism to it. I'm looking at this realistically.
What else realism do you need? They're about to go broke if they don't sell. United.
Okay, and I've been hearing this for years.
Bro,
how much bro, this season have we been speaking of? Wait. This season, how much and how long have we been talking about the Glazers going broke and new owners coming in? How long has this been going on? When did this news initially break?
Bro,
was this 3 months ago?
Any money. We did.
No. I'm not asking that. Was it 3-4 months ago? And there's still been no moves forward with it.
Have you not been reading? The formal offers are going to come this week.
Okay, we'll see. All right, so when no new formal offers come this week, then what? I guarantee right now, no new offers is coming this week. Guaranteed. So then what? Because I've heard that. I've seen the same sources you've seen. I've seen people getting gassed up on social media. I'm here to add realism to the situation. I've been hearing about new owners for years, and there's never been no official bid been made. Now you're here telling me new offers this week. It's it's what? Tuesday now. So you're saying by Sunday, after the Leeds game, there should be some talk of an offer. So then what happens when there's no offer? There's going to be no offer this week.
We will
Guarantee
see
or
who lies.
formal
We
bids.
will see
I
who
know.
lies.
It ain't even a lying thing. I just know. You know what I'm saying? From how things work in regards to this, these are not quick fixes. These are not quick things.
I'm not saying that either, bro. We're talking about the summer, dog.
No. I'm talking about the bids coming in and things being taken over. Because you're
not
talking
gonna,
like
obviously, it's not going to be deal agreed. I'm just saying the process is underway. The reports also came in from reliable journalists that United's process is further down the line than people think. They only made it public, known to the public. They've been working on this for a long time. Remember, the first sign of this came in August.
Oh yeah, I know they've been working on it for a long time because these things take time.
Exactly. So they've also hired all these companies.
Yeah. But I don't like to.
They're paying them money to facilitate with the sale.
Cool. I don't like to talk about process and on the way. I like to talk about things that have actually happened. So that's why I don't talk about new owners and players we can potentially sign with new owners because the new owners are not here. The new owners haven't made an official
100%,
bid.
100%.
So that's what it is. I just talk about it from a realistic standpoint. I talk about what is right now.
I mean, realistically, us spending any money in the summer is not realistic because we have no money.
I agree. I
so
agree.
This whole transfer talk, oh, we should get this player, it's dependent on new owners. If we get let's say we get no new owners, right? We're not spending any money in the summer.
Yeah, it won't be big money.
None. No,
buy to sell. It'll be sell to buy. It'll be sell to buy.
We won't even spend a lot. We do not have money. We have 20 million in our bank account, and that's going to go to the wages. Like we cannot spend any money. Most we can spend what 40 million.
Yeah, but that will go that's what I'm saying. I think we'll spend money even without new owners. I just don't think it will be big money. And I believe that. I believe so. You don't think we'll sign anybody in the summer?
Like anybody of significance?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we sign anybody of significance. I could see us doing a bit to our Vegas deals. I can see those type of deals happening.
Yeah.
Like I can see those type of things happening.
But those aren't needle movers, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've never said needle movers. I'm just saying improvements. That's what we need to do. I'm not looking for needle movers in an ideal world, but guess what? We don't live in an ideal world. I'm just looking for improvements. If we were to go and get Vegas deals and Sabitzer deals, I'm good with that. I'm not over the moon, but I understand where we're at. I'm a realist. I look at this thing realistically. I don't look at fantasy and new owners and who we could sign with new owners because the new owners are not here yet. An official bid hasn't even been made yet. All it is pure speculation. That's all we're hearing is speculation. You just told me that a bid is imminent this week. Guaranteed next week, Monday, there's no bid. Then what?
Well, the formal offers, it said, the report.
All right, well, formal offers then. I believe there'll be no formal offers this week.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I genuinely believe that. I don't see why you're not always going to be this week formal. Like, you'll just get the deal done. This don't happen with any other ownership where it's like, oh, the bid's coming this week. No, you just do the deal. When Chelsea have been taken over, when Manchester City have been taken over, when any other Premier League club has been taken over, it's not been, oh, it's happening this week. No, it just gets done.
You want to know how Chelsea's process worked? So, same company that did Chelsea's sale, Rain Group, is doing our sale.
Mm-hmm.
So, what happens is they have a list, right? And then they make the accounts available for the people to bid. So based off the accounts, based off the situation, they make a formal bid. United have already done that process. They've made the accounts available. The formal offers are expected to arrive this week. So then there's 50, 60 people, right? Whoever bidding. Then there's a short list off that. And then off that short list, they give exclusive rights to their top choice, who they want to sell to, and that top choice has then the exclusive period to go and get the deal done. So when I say the formal bid is arriving, it sounds like, oh, this guy's you're set to agree. Formal bids, there's gonna be hundreds of people or consortiums or blah 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 that are going to try and bid for this process. Then it's going to take time after that where they they shortlist it and then select an exclusive person that they want to go and get the deal done. That's how this is going to work. So
Yeah. So what's you go?
it's going to take a while. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
But I expect it to get done before the summer. Hence why I'm saying that we can sign the players that we can, because I expect us to have new owners before the summer.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm waiting on something concrete. I'm saying that's why I don't get involved in rumors, speculation, concrete. Someone got to put the money up. I'm saying I don't care about this. Is not Manchester United on the football pitch where I'm looking at the process. Yo, just get the deal done. That's how I'm looking at it. Akil with the joke thing, he says we should try to bring in Saliba. Man hasn't signed a contract extension at Arsenal yet. You're a joker. We need, is that the Sassy from Monaco? I don't even know who that is. I'm not gonna lie. RJ says new owners solve everything. If they're the right owners, yeah. But again, I've been hearing about this for years. So I take all of this with a pinch. Same with Liverpool, with their owners, and being Ryan going back and forth and talking about this. Like when he's been in the new owners are in. All right, okay. Ted Heisenberg says freedom unblocked. Thank you, bro. Yeah, man, everybody's unblocked. Everyone's out of the Sarcasm City pen. Too short of 80 likes. Let's do that, people. Get your final few questions in before me and Taza close out. We did hit 5,220 as well. So let's go 2 more. Let's hit 5,222 people. You know what I'm saying? 5,222. Peps profoundly says, we free. Has Ryan left the channel? No, Ryan's still about. You know what I'm saying? He is still about. He's just not here often because Liverpool are in the mud. That's what it is. He's one of them, only wants to sing when he's winning duns. But he's here every Monday on doing the most. Other than that, you don't really see him. But he was there yesterday. But yeah, you're free. Like I said, just don't fuck up your second chances, people. That's all I will say. And we're back tonight, 11:30 p.m. The Manchester United and Liverpool show. Myself and Saint, the ManDem United podcast meets the Analysis at Anfield podcast. We'll be talking all things Manchester United, talking all things Liverpool as well. Will Jurgen Klopp walk, and obviously talking about Liverpool woes, just drinking Saints tears pretty much. So that's going to be good fun. That's going to be good fun. He blocked hella people. Yeah, if he blocked hella people, you lot deserved it. If Ryan blocked anyone, you said something. But like I said, that's in the past. You got second chances, but Ryan is still here. But if you disrespect him, me, Taza, or anyone else to the host, then you will get blocked again, people. And then you will not be unblocked. But anyways, get your final few questions in. Anything else you want to talk about, discuss on Manchester United before we close out, Tazo?
Shout out to and rest in peace to all the people, the Busby babes that lost their lives in the Munich disaster. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know what I'm saying, bad day for the club,
tragic.
for humanity, tragic incident. So I just wanted to ask, how was it seeing them? Because they, apparently they were one of the best teams in world football at the time.
This guy.
What?
How you asking me? Busby Babes is way before my time.
Oh, you were kicking them out back then, no?
Yo, sure, man. This guy is an idiot, yo.
What?
This guy thinks he's funny, you know. This guy's an idiot. I did not see the Busby Babes in it. I might be old, but I'm not that old. I said the Busby Babes. This guy, you're a top dickhead, you know that.
Top dickhead hype. This guy,
That's you. You ain't no hype. That's what you are, yo. This guy, I could see you getting your jokes off as well when you said, how was it? I'm like, oh, here we go. You know what I'm saying? You can see that joke a fucking mile off. This guy. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look at you in it. You laughing it. You know what I'm saying?
I got it, though. I got it all.
This guy, yo, what a fool. But anything else you actually want to add in regards to United? But yes, RIP to all the, you know what I'm saying, the Busby Babes who lost their life in that tragic event. And big up to everyone. I know Nuruddin went. I know Andy Tate was there as well, went to the memorial yesterday at Old Trafford. With remembrance, I should say. But yeah, anything else you want to add, Taza?
Just excited for tomorrow's game. It's gonna be really fun. I'm excited to see how we line up. Excited to see how everything goes with that. It's gonna be interesting to see how Ten Hag does it, because this is also Sancho's. We haven't talked about it. Sancho, this is your time to shine now, big man.
Talk about it.
It's Anthony's out. Martial is out. Not Anthony Martial. Martial and
Yeah,
Anthony
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Santos.
yeah. I do that all the time to clear. Yeah. Martial and the Brazilian winger Anthony is out. Yeah, go on.
Anthony Santos. Anthony Santos. Yes. Um, it's just that you had your time off, and you know you got your head right, and when you came on against Forest, I think it was, he came on in the Carabao. He looked decently sharp. He
Yep.
looked better, like more agile. He looked slimmer, fitter than before, and he looked happy. Like when you saw, there's this famous video of him and Ten Hag at the touchline. When he's getting right to someone there, he made that his profile picture. So
Yep.
that shows me that he's really trying to get behind this process that he's going through.
Facts.
So I'm really happy for him that he is back and doing better, because it shows visibly, and hopefully that translates to good performances on the pitch. And it's his time tomorrow, and I think he can really set it off for the rest of the season, because now it's the business end of the season. We got a cup final this week, this month. We
Yep.
got a European tie this month. We
Yep.
got a bunch of Premier League games, which could potentially see us into the top two in a potential title race.
Mhm.
So he's going to be key for that, and he can really, him his one of his biggest performances at Dortmund that really lit him up was his performance at the Camp Nou when he came on and just went crazy.
Mhm.
So
True. Yeah.
it's
True.
he's going to be really, really important, because yeah, he's not been good since he's come to United, but this guy was one of the best talents and one of the best wingers in the world at Dortmund.
Mhm.
So if he can translate even 75% of that, I think we have an amazing player on our hands. And with Ten
Agreed.
Hag's system, with everything, it's gonna be really important. And your chances tomorrow. Hopefully, Ten Hag starts him, and we'll see from there. But I expect a good big performance, hopefully, from Jadon Sancho.
Yep. First, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Sancho, that is definitely going to be one to watch. Me and Bertazzo have spoken about it before as well, and how important he could be for Manchester United, not just this month, but just for the rest of the season. And he could be key to our success, whether that's him playing in the 10, playing as a false 9, or playing wide right, whether that's the final this month, whether it's the 2 games against Barcelona, whether it's certain Premier League games as well. But love to everyone that's locked in. Oh yeah, Ivorian will be back next week as well, people. Ivorian will be back. He's just working that, so he'll be back next week, Tuesday. Don't forget, you get ManDem United podcast every Monday, every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Friday, 4:30 p.m. right here on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. That's UK time as well, 4:30 p.m. All the things I mentioned are all on the upcoming live stream schedule. So you don't even have to ask me. You can just go click on the channel, and you can go and check that. We're one short of 80 likes. So get us up to 80 likes. I know you lot will do that. And we're one short of 5,222. But we hit a couple of the subscriber milestones. We hit the like milestones as well. Big up. If you want to be a part of the mod squad, which is the moderators who help with the channel, just hit me up on the gram. Just hit me up on Instagram at That's Me Flawless. Right there. Taz's debut on ManDem United, but you see him on the channel all the time. Like I said, we're back tonight, 11:30 p.m. for the Manchester United and Liverpool show. 11:30 p.m. UK time, myself and Saint. Then Wednesday, we're back. Manchester United Leeds watch along. So that will start 20 minutes before kickoff, 7:40 p.m. And then the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A at midnight. And then that is the midweek. Fixture. I was gonna say fixture list, midweek schedule for Sarcasm City TV. But yeah, man, just love to everyone who continues to support, man. Much appreciated. It's rolled to 6K. We're getting there as well. Taz, or anything else you want to add before we close out?
Oh no, nothing much. Just shout out to everyone in the chat. Just keep supporting, keep being here, and enjoying this content. And the least y'all could do is like and subscribe. So
There we go.
keep doing that, keep supporting, and you know what I'm saying. Let's get this done tomorrow, man.
My man. And yeah, like I said, we'll be back. Manchester United related tonight, and then obviously watch alongs for all the Manchester United games are here, people. So whether that's Premier League, Europa League, Carabao, well, no Carabao Cup final, but Europa League, Premier League, FA Cup. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.